Welcome, welcome. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of my favorite games ever. Like, I still remember when we started making... When did I make my... Wait a second, I gotta check this. Metatron KCD. Let's see what we have got. Taking you for a spin, number one. So, reaction to KCD 2, which I made 8 months ago. Then I talked a bit about drama in KCD 2 because people were asking silly questions. Then Kingdom Come Deliverance 6 years ago. Ultra pedantic stuff. I did KCD versus Skyrim. I did Kingdom Come 9 years ago. Listen, I'm very excited about it, because they say it's going to be bigger. Graphics were already spectacular with Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. The combat is good. It was a little clunky, but I still loved it. It was like a get good and then you enjoy it. Bit of a learning curve, I guess, but it was good. I liked it. And the thing that I like the most about Kingdom Come Deliverance, more than the graphics, more than the music, more than the combat, more than the forest that looks better than the real one, is the historical accuracy. Okay, dungeons and no dragons, that's what it is. Now, recently there has been some discussion. If I write Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 drama, what do we get? A response to Sky Biscuit diversity. I don't know who Sky Biscuit is. Kingdom Come diversity drama. Then we have gay. Boom. Woke activist demand, so they say. So the director, I've seen him in real life. We didn't really talk, but when I went to Prague, I thought it was pretty cool. We might watch this Asmongold clip if we want to just have an idea of why he's unfathomably based. We'll see what he's talking about. You know, it's so strange with Asmongold because sometimes he'll have a take and I'll go, yeah, exactly, based. And then 60 seconds after that, he'll have a take and I'm like, no, man, it's completely, no. It's like a dice roll. KCD2 ban confirmed. There is a ban, I guess. There is some discussion as to the possibility of some gay romance. There is rumor. And so this is getting people into a massive situation. Kotaku, well, I don't care about Kotaku. I hate Kotaku anyways. It has become a culture war situation, I believe. Now, I'll tell you this video, this thing that I'm approaching now. I'll try to be fair. Okay, so you know what I think about these topics. The way I feel about it is, if it's something that is historical, and of course Kingdom Come Deliverance sells on its historicity, if it's something that is supposed to be historical, whether it be a documentary, whether it be a film, whether it be a game, I would like them to follow the correct representation of history. I like historical stuff. What does that mean? It means that, as you know, I will make videos, like, I just want to show you a couple just so we know if there is anyone here that doesn't know me much. If we write Metatron and we put LGBTQ, this video, the top one, left-wingers hated me. Video underneath it, right-wingers hated me. This video, lefties hated me. This video, I think everyone hated me because I've got right-wingers calling me woke and I've got left-wingers calling me racist. So I got both of them on this one. This one, right-wingers hated me. Then there is this one, left-wingers hated me. Video when I was saying, guys, stop this nonsense saying that Vikings were transgender. Vikings was not transgender. It's like, it's ridiculous to say to a transgender army. It's not. That doesn't mean that I hate transgender people. It just means that the Vikings were not. Is this historically correct for what it's representing? So, ancient Greece, a paradise of LGBTQ where everyone was pro-gay, is wrong. That's not what the sources say. The sources say some people thought it was okay, some people thought it was a great form of love, some people thought it was nonsense. I'm paraphrasing the sources. Some people in the sources said, no, it should be banned, it should be blocked, it's terrible. That's what some people said, all of this about homosexuality, and some people didn't care. So, if you misrepresent it, I'll call it out and I will get attacked. I don't care. They can call me homophobic all they want. I don't care. On the same note, however, when I made this video about Michelangelo, we reviewed the data with my full team, people that I trust with expertise way beyond mine. And we sat down and we translated the Italian poetry in medieval Italian. We caught some double entendre that people that don't speak Italian may not catch. And after deep analysis of the writings of Michelangelo and some of his approaches to painting, you know what? I think he was gay. So what? It's the history that I'm interested in. So when it comes to KCD2, I think I may be equipped into looking at this, because are they adding stuff that is not supposed to be there in the medieval period? Then I will, make no mistake, I will attack it. I will attack it. But if they're doing it in a way that it could make sense, like, I don't know, an aristocrat, as long as you make it skippable so everyone is happy. If it's historically accurate, maybe it's an aristocrat and he's hiding it so no one knows it. It's a side quest and he may have the option of romancing same sex. You can skip it. I don't see it's a big deal as long as it's not historically incorrect. So I'm actually interested in having more details before I attack it. right? Before I post a video and I put a massive, they went woke, but did they? I don't know. And I don't like it when people overuse the term woke. KCD2, so we can be, you know, fair about it. KCD2, gay drama. Or maybe should I write KCD went woke? I don't know. I haven't used the word woke in like 2 years because when people started calling me woke, it kind of made me feel like, you know what? It annoys me now because people overuse it. There we go, I knew it. So let's read it. Let's see what we've got. See what we got, number one. Kingdom Come Deliverance went woke. Gamers rise up. Forced wokeness. Kingdom Come Deliverance still banned in Saudi Arabia due to unskippable gay scenes in story. But is it true? You know, before I am gonna attack a studio that I love, I need some proof. Because this can be... First, I don't read Arabic, so I haven't got a clue. Urgent and official. Kingdom Come Deliverance still banned in Saudi Arabia due to unskippable. Well, I'm out then, says this guy. And I mean, I get it. I mean, some people don't want to see it. You know, you can respect. I think it's easy for the studio to make everyone happy. We are all customers. The people that don't care about the gay scenes, the people that want the gay scenes because they're gay, or the people that do not want to see the gay scenes. These are all customers. So how about you make it skippable? It's easy. You know, you're playing and you do, gone. You can also fade to black. Make it like, I don't think this is going to be corn, right? In games, it's not like that anyways. Maybe they can do it in a way that we understand that these two characters spent the night, slept together for storytelling purposes, but it fades to black. We don't actually see it. If you are the buyer, you need to be happy with what you're buying. Okay, so I'm not the kind of guy who's like, oh, you don't want to see the gay scene, then you're a homophobe, whatever the heck. People don't want to see it, people don't want to see it, I don't care. Personally, I'm not even into straight sex scenes in video games, because I mean, if you want to see that, you can Google anything you want. In a game, I prefer it when it's like understood from context, or maybe you can see that they are starting something, but the camera is oriented in a way, but that's how it's usually in games anyways. This guy says, I'm buying for gay sex scene and then getting a refund. What the heck? So, well, Reddit is disgusting as usual. Let's see what else have we got. Accused of hidden woke. Well, you know what? I kind of want to see... There we go. What have we got here? The first KCD quickly became one of my favorite games. I just love the scenario and atmosphere and story. Same. And the game is also fairly realistic in a lot of senses after reading. Okay. I am now worried that the second game might be going through that diversity route. As I always like to say, the Kingdom of Bohemia was absolutely diverse in the medieval period, but diverse in the sense that you wouldn't just have people from Czech Republic. You could have a Genoese, you could have a Milanese, you could have a German, plenty of Germans in fact in Bohemia in that period. You could run into a couple of French. So yeah, that it is diverse. It's just that the kind of diversity in the modern sense, in the medieval period, you would mostly find it in coastal regions. Unless it's like, maybe if it's a scene in Prague and they have a university or like a trading market, but usually that kind of diversity, you gotta set it in like some kind of coastal city, possibly in the Mediterranean, then sure. You'll have a certain level of diversity. Like if it's set in Northern Africa, Sicily is crazy. Sicily, depending on the period, you get the Normans. So you can have like blonde guys with blue eyes, but then right next to people that are clearly Mediterranean, like with dark hair, maybe light skin or tanned skin, but dark hair, kind of looking like a bit like Greeks. And then you can have Africans because it's very close. So yeah, Sicily in the medieval period would be a very diverse place. Still, the majority would be European, but as I say, the people in power are the Normans. You'll have a bunch of Nordic types. So I think that if they want diversity, that's what they're gonna do. Historical plausible diversity, because no one is going to bat an eye. If you're going to populate half of Scandinavia with Africans or Asians at this point, I'm going to be like, well, set it in Africa. That's what you want to do. Dude, there are like 5 topics on this first page about diversity and wokeness. Why the heck did you all decide to create another one? Well, Vitya, on the same note, if you don't like it, don't click it. People are free to speak about whatever the heck they want. You do not need to worry at all. If you enjoyed KCD 1, you would like KCD 2. Did the developers speak about it? Did they make like a statement or something? Hey, hold on a minute. We interrupt the current broadcast for an emergency development. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. Vavra, responded. All right, Mr. Vavra. What you got to say, mate? What you got to say? You gone woke on me? Huh? Let's read it. Mr. Vavra? It is time to address wild claims some people spread that are apparently based just on one screenshot and a poorly translated tweet. Spoiler alert, contains spoiler about the story of KCD 2. No problem, mate, no problem. 1 out of 10, holy moly, gonna be here a while. There are no unskippable cutscenes in our games. Anybody who claims otherwise never played them. Appreciated. Check. 2, we are not ever were, banned in any country, at least not that we know of. Great. Second check. 3, as much as I don't like forced diversity, yeah, me neither, nobody was forcing us to do anything, and we are not forcing anyone to do certain things. Little vague. 4, gay characters were already in KCD 1. Yeah, that's true. We established that. So, 5, KCD is an RPG. You're responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All affairs are, and were, in KCD 1, purely optional. The characters are perfectly aware that it was a forbidden sin. Oh yeah, he means like in the context of, okay, that's good. So it's maintaining, I think it's a smart choice, in fact, if you maintain the historical accuracy but give players more options. 6, the game takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why the life in such a city is more diverse than the life in villages, which were featured in the first game. Makes sense, as I was saying. 7, Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, whom he met thanks to his engagement at the court of Sultan Bayezid. He's an educated noble and Renaissance man from the Kingdom of Mali. I see, that's the black guy. 8 out of 10. At the same time, man, he's I don't know why it makes me feel like the rating is getting bad. At the same time, Musa is a very unusual figure for the local Bohemian folk, as it should be, considering it's a medieval period. I mean, even today, I don't think there is that much. I mean, if you put into comparison the level of diversity you've got in the UK and compare it to the Czech Republic, I think it's still predominantly white European, and many of the situations around him in the game stem from this. So his presence makes sense and creates lots of interesting situations in the game. The way he talks and behaves has a reason. Alright, fair enough. Everything displayed corresponds to the morals and social norms of 1403 Bohemia. Okay, that's the selling point for me. And he's only there to make an interesting story and not at all to appeal to a modern audience. Alright, then 10 out of 10, but this already kind of... Right, we don't want KCD to be used as clickbait by people who didn't even play it yet. Some of them sadly turned into exactly the same narrative they pretend to be fighting against. The amount of hateful behavior is really sad, and it will damage any cause associated with it. Right. And this guy says, I don't believe anything you say. Yeah, well, okay, that's on you, but unless I have a reason not to. Unless I have a reason not to believe in anything he says. In fact, why? Let me see if he motivates it. I don't believe anything you say. You called a random person a N-A-Z-Y, which just means someone I don't like. No, that's the far left way of doing it. This guy is anything but a far left. It's the Storm Mage. I think we are getting a little sensitive here. You said nothing about the woke community manager. I'm not aware of any woke community manager. Maybe you'll let me know, noble ones, in the comments. I'm non-binary. Oh, they met. Ooh, that's, wow. That's where we're going with that. So Daniel says, I called a person with a swastika on his profile picture, called me a N-A-Z. Well, in that case, appropriate. It's hard to imagine a better example of an N-A-Z than that. Well, yeah, okay, great. So I'm not going to go into every single person who's going to attack him and people that are going to say, no, he's so good and all that. I'm not going to do that, okay? He made a post. Great, because we, of course, had questions. Now, freedom, as I always say, if due to the choices that they made, narrative and whatnot, you're like, no, I'm turned off, I don't want to play the game anymore, then you don't play it. But this isn't enough. Now, you know what's enough for me to decide not to play the game? Dragon Age the Veilguard. That is the level of pushing politics that makes me want to say, you know what, I'm not buying the game. That one. But this, by the way it's expressed by Vavra, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. As long as they don't break historical accuracy and as long as everything still feels like I'm in the Kingdom of Bohemia and everything is believable, then I'm good. I don't have a problem with it. So that's that's sort of my moderate take, if you will. You push your politics to an extent that makes the game unrecognizable, Dragon Age the Veilguard, I will not play it, and I'll call it out as I have on my, or like they do with D&D and Wizard of the Coast, white European men hating type of positions, then no. But when it comes to this, so far, I don't have a problem. I think it's an overreaction, but we'll see. What do you think, you Muppet? Because, I mean, rather than listening to Redditors, I'd be more on both sides, by the way, on both sides. Because then there's going to be all the people that are going to say, oh, the homophobes are out of the caves, blah. That's not helping anyone. See, comprehensive analysis of Warhorse, comprehensive analysis. Did I write this? Because usually I use that kind of comprehensive analysis, guys. This wall of text isn't intended for those who believe in one simple rumor and are screaming hoaxes all around the internet. I will not change your opinion, so no need for you to read further. If you are, however, open to actual constructivism, yeah, as long as you're not pushing any political ideas, then cool. I will do my best to explain what is currently happening. Okay, now we're starting well. A black character in game, a gay romance. Okay, both things. Let's see. I think I found it. Considering many screenshots and some info from people actually playing the game, it looks like there truly is one and only one black Moor. Not all Moors were black, but some would have been black. As I said on my dedicated video, I had a disagreement with a content creator that belongs to the community that we usually refer to as Afrocentric. Kind of made a response to me. We made a few back and forth. He believes that all the Moors were black. I believe that some Moors were black, but because, I mean, they are mentioned, but I also believe that Moor sometimes is used interchangeably just to mean someone of the Islamic faith, and therefore it can mean Middle Eastern and it can mean Berber, and therefore there is variety in only a percentage of the Moors wouldn't actually be black. So if you have a black Moor, it's fine. What the heck are they doing in the Kingdom of Bohemia? I don't know. You'll have to write it in an exceptional way. But as long as you don't put a situation where every 3 people, one is black, one is Asian, and one is maybe white, then you're going to have a problem with me. But if there is one single black Moor, I mean, who was invited to services of Sigmund's side, the bad guys, as healer and alchemist in its army. So he moves with it, not staying in one place. It is not, however, true that he is feminist and preaching agenda. Are they saying that? Like, could you imagine feminist agenda pushed in the medieval period? Gets you burnt at the stake in 15 seconds, mate. Well, that's good, I guess, that we don't have a medieval feminist agenda, because that's it's an oxymoron. That's like, you can't even put the two things together. Henry's apparently really puzzled about him, and he never saw anyone like him. Okay, well, that's good. If that's how they're doing it, I think it's good. It gives us a perspective from people in period, because the level of ethnic homogeneity, how do you pronounce it? Homogeneity? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Europe in general, but this area specifically. So it would absolutely make sense if that's a reaction of a character to a black person, depending on which section of Europe, by the way, because of course interactions in Spain, the Iberian Peninsula is a different situation. And as I was saying, in Sicily would have been, I mean, Sicily is very close to Africa. Henry can ask him about his home, and he starts to say all good and bad about both lands. It is historically accurate, and he doesn't say which country is better, only that those are two totally different lands. Good. So basically they're saying this to mean like there is no pushing that Europe equals bad, which is something that does happen a lot. For instance, try to ask ChatGPT, maybe Gemini AI more than ChatGPT, should I be proud or can I be proud of my Asian ancestry? It tells you absolutely, you should totally be proud of your Asian ancestry. If you ask Gemini AI, should I be proud of my African ancestry? It will tell you, of course you should be proud of your African ancestry. I'm like, okay, cool. I have no problems with that. But if you say, can I be proud of my European ancestry? Or even if you say white, it will say, no, that's problematic. You should be very careful how you speak. And I'm like, why? Why? That's what pisses me off. I'm for equality. I'm for treat everyone the same. Not the people that design these kind of answers, I guess. That's really annoying. Two wrongs don't make a right, it's as simple as that. Totally different cultures, totally contradicting woke agenda that there are same people everywhere. I cannot confirm or deny this, but even I heard that you don't need to befriend him, okay? Apparently for his color he's ostracized and is prime suspect of some crime, which in the medieval period would absolutely be, and particularly also, maybe even more than color, his religion. If he's Muslim, medieval Europeans would really dislike him. Henry, no, he didn't commit it, but you as a player can actually claim you have proof that he did it, intentionally executing him. If that is woke in your eyes, I don't know what not. Good point. So yeah, okay. If this is all real, then yeah, the black character in the game is not a political woke move. It just isn't. Gay romance in game, let's go. Alright, at first, game is not yet banned in Saudi Arabia. As of now, you can buy the game without problem there. If it will be banned in the future, who knows? But it is banned for indecency. Nothing more, drinking, sex, getting naked, even swearing. Yeah, well, okay, everything can be considered indecent. Sure, this will never happen in my house. Like, literally. This happens a lot in the evening. Between, you know, but if someone, I have no problems against atheists in any way, shape or form. Once again, we're all children of God. But if someone swears at God in my house, you're out of my house in 15 seconds. Same way, if I come to your house, I won't preach to you. So yeah, you put this in a game, I'm not buying the game. But I'm a Christian. So if you're an atheist and you don't care, you want to buy it, buy it. I don't care. Everything can be considered in this. Okay, there are gay characters though. There is a gay antagonist in first game. I don't remember that. And he will be in second game also. It was in the monastery. Oh, yes. Now I remember it. Yeah, there was a monk that was like, yeah, sure. It's not like homosexual people and you know, lesbians didn't exist. Of course they existed in medieval people. They needed to keep it secret. It's just how it is. Contrary to what that ridiculous channel said that I debunked. There are gay characters, okay. It is also possible and hinted by some sources there will be option to have gay romance. But before you pick your pitchforks and torches, well, option is very different narrative to unskippable gay romance scene. Indecent and with non-option, I don't care, give all the options you want as long as it's historical, I don't care. I won't click it, I won't choose it, but whatever. There is nothing bad in having option to play as you see fit. I agree with that, but make it historical in this game. Warhorse devs said from first dev stream that they want to let players mold their own Henry more. Good. Toby said before his famous line, "Trust us, we are making this game for you guys." Exactly, that's why I trust Warhorse Studios. You will be able to do and see everything you want, yet you will not do and see anything you don't want. Great, okay, that fixes it for me. If that's what they said, then great, I'll buy the game. We'll be playing it here, guys. I'll do a 10-hour stream. It is absolutely on you. This is supposed to be supported by Vavra. And Vavra, the developer, is pretty conservative, for what I remember. He got some attack because of his personal politics, which I don't understand why, since he didn't put it in the game. It's not like the game was a right-wing simulator. There was no politics in the game, nothing. If the idea of making it historically accurate is what made it right-wing, then the people that say that need to go smack their head against the wall, because they don't even know. It's like the same people, if I tell them, hey, I hurt my leg, they would tell me which one, the left or the far right leg. They call everything far right, these absolute morons. Oh my gosh, anyways, let's go. It is a role-playing game, so it's purely up to the player decision. Well, great, but Henry's wasn't gay in the first game, right? Well, he isn't gay even now. Look at Mass Effect and his Commander Shepard. Oh, we need to play some Mass Effect. The most based alien chicks, Chad, I guess this is the, Chad, whoever was created. Do you consider him to be gay or bi? I personally don't. Yet you can make him the way. Yeah, I see where he's going with this. So basically, he's saying the character is you. The character is a canvas. So if in real life you're gay, you can play gay. If in real life you're straight, you can play him as straight. I guess if in real life you're bi, you can play. Yeah, I mean, sure. If that's the way they're doing it, whatever. That's what he's trying to convey with this. This is player choice, not player obligation. There was only one romance option in the first game. There will be more in the second game. Right, Vavra said, let's see what he said. Our goal was and still is to show life in medieval Bohemia. Players, ooh, careful with the day, careful with the... This is the grammatically... That's fine. If you, yeah, that's fine, I'm joking, are responsible for the consequences that correspond to the morals and social norms of the time. This clearly says one thing. If you will be gay, people around you will react to you the same way they would react in medieval. Right, so they will stone you to death, I guess? Unless the one that you happen to be discovered is also gay, then in that case. If you are in Czechs, you don't know Vavra really well, but believe me in something. Vavra is one of the most right-wing controversial person in media space. I disagree with this. So probably the person writing, is he left-wing? I don't know. But I disagree with this. I think he's just a right-winger, but I don't think he's one of the most right-wing. When I think of most right-wing, because I don't overuse it, I'm not thinking of someone who is like, for example, I believe in the traditional family. So I imagine that's more of a conservative take, but it's a moderate conservative take. Also because when it comes to how you want to live your life, I'm very pro-freedom. So when it comes to that, I'm very centrist in the sense that if you don't want to live the traditional family, it's your life, mate. But for me, that's the way I'm going to teach it to my kids. I'm going to raise them in the Christian faith, and I'm going to raise them with the idea of marriage is the source of happiness, is the core of the family, is the foundation of civilization. I believe in all of that. But then again, if my kid, when they are 18, underline 16 times, but if my kid, when they are 18, they tell me, no, I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about I don't want to get married. Okay, it's your choice. If my kid is gay, I'm still going to love my kid. It's not going to change one bit. If anyone tries to mess with my kid because of that, they'll have to deal with me. Because it's my duty as a parent to protect my kid, not to kick them out, which is how I would envision someone who's extreme when it comes to these things. But I don't think Vaba is a super right-wing far right. When I think of like the actual far right, I'm thinking of people that have extremist beliefs. You know what I'm going with this? If he himself placed a gay character in game, which he said game is exactly how he wanted it to be. So if there is a gay character, it is his decision. Well, it's not like it's all up to him though. Let's be real about this. It's he's one of the founders, but it's a massive team. He did it probably just troll lefties by showering them with in-game insults and punishments and rage baits and his classical hobbies. No need to search for them. I haven't got a clue what he's saying here. His English is breaking a little bit. I really don't know what he's saying. I know I myself brought up a little bit of politics into this, but I don't want to focus on the politics. I want to focus on the historical accuracy of this game. In the end, we still didn't even get 100% confirmation about possible gay relationship. We know, though, there will be more options to romance. It is also entirely possible the gay relationship will be part of some quest where we will be able to decide what, yeah, they're gonna do it right. They're gonna make it historically accurate, and they're gonna make it a player decision. So if you don't want to deal with that, if you don't like that kind of stuff, which is, by the way, you're right, you don't have to. But if you like that kind of stuff, click away. What will we do with that similar to women lot? For those who don't know, in women's lot, don't know what that is, you can send innocent woman to Inquisition just because she has opinions. You can, of course, also save her, but it will totally up to you. Again, this is such a... Okay. So in the end, will we get forced and skippable gay cutscene? Definitely not. All right, so it's not a problem. If he's right, I really don't care. Just make it historical, mate. Code of conduct, to be honest, this is, I know the least about, but there is still something in desperate need to be stated, even though I don't really like it. Also, people are usually cropping it to look worse than it is. The main part of King COC is pretty chill. Yeah, I haven't got a clue what he's talking about here. Let's read the conclusion. Right, okay, so I think this gives me hope that they're not going to screw the game. I think we're going to be okay with the game. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to check out my Patreon page. With as little as a $5 support, you can help us ensure that we can continue to produce high quality and high researched content. And at the same time, you get access to polls, extra videos, unlisted streams, and much more. Thank you so much.